2 full basics, right? We did a crossbody lead, open break with underarm turn. Okay, so we have two basics. Crossbody lead, open break, underarm turn. Okay, we talked about a lot of things today. The biggest things we covered today were standing leg and free leg. Okay, so we talked about the free leg having tone. So if I'm taking side steps here, I bend my knee, I take a step, I push for my standing leg, which then becomes my free leg. But the free leg has tone in it. I hold it, that helps to give me control and balance. So then before I move a foot, I have to bend the knee. When I bend the knee, I get an action-reaction. See, this is the action, the bent knee. The reaction is the other leg and the hip pulling back. So I bring the foot in, and then I change weight. And when I change weight, this leg straightens, and I bend the other knee. Action, reaction. Okay, I'm standing on what leg right now? My left leg, that's my standing leg. I push from it. I gradually transfer my weight off of that foot. I don't jump off the foot, and I don't fall off the foot. But I push, gradually shift my weight and push from that foot. I land on a bent knee. As my zipper gets over that foot, I start to straighten because my zipper is getting over the foot. And I'm pushing at the same time for my standing leg, which finally becomes my free leg because I'm over my new standing leg, which is my right leg. Now remember, action, reaction. I bend the knee, hyperextend the leg. See that? Action, reaction. That's my Latin motion. I bring my foot in. I start to change weight here. When I change weight, look at this. I change weight and my other heel comes up. Remember? See, one heel comes down, one heel comes up gradually. No Michael Jacksons, right? Okay, just had to put that in there. Okay, so I bend my knee. I take the step, a bent knee. I'm pushing for my left leg. Now watch this. When I do it with the salsa step, I bend my knee, action, reaction. Watch, I push. When I go backwards, I push for my front foot, which is my standing leg. Now it's my free leg. When I go backwards, I push from the pinky. Notice my heel is still staying inward. Now watch this. I'm going to push from my back foot. That's my standing leg. I'm going to push from it and go over my front leg. Now I'm all the way over my front leg. Sometimes when we transfer weight, we'll just keep 2 straight legs. But if I wanted to, I could bend this knee here. So I could do action, reaction. That knee bends. I can land on a bent knee, and then it'll straighten as I get over it. So this is my standing leg right now. So then I bend my knee, bring my foot under me, change weight. Now watch when I take a forward step here. I bend my knee, action, action, reaction. I push from my right leg, I push from it. See, I'm not over it. I push, I push, I push. See, I'm not done. Look, I'm still pushing from my back leg. See that? Now I'm over it. So you can pick my back foot up. That's my free leg now. Okay? Same thing as smooth dancing. If we're going to do waltz, tango, foxtrot. See, I'm standing on my leg. I have to bend that knee. See? My weight gradually works from the heel to the ball of the foot on my standing leg. See that? I'm leading my back leg. You see that? You see? See? You see? You see? See? But this is in smooth dancing, right? That's waltz, tango, foxtrot, Viennese waltz. Quick step, right? So I think that's mostly everything that we covered. So when I dance with Monique, she's doing all of this same stuff. She has to do these same things in order to properly follow. We didn't cover a lot about frame today, but see, I don't try to make her do the things. I'm giving her the leads and the follows, but she's transferring her own weight. She's using her standing legs. She's using her free legs, right? I can go this way, see? As long as she's doing all the things that she should be doing, right? She doesn't know what's going to come up. See? She gets... Remember, control. Holds or slows. Quick, hold. Sometimes control is more important. That's the hardest part about dancing. That's what makes a good dancer, is having the control. When I dance with Monique, quick, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. It's harder to control than to just move too fast, right? So it's tougher to control the slows and control the dancing. And I use my free legs and my standing legs to control, see? It's easier to fall off my foot rather than control rather than falling or jumping off the foot, right?
But sometimes, just want to add, if you only know a couple of moves in a dance, and you've got someone who's just doing like a couple of moves really good, or you've got someone who might be doing like 10 different moves in the same dance, but they have no technique.
Yes.
To me personally, I don't know how you guys feel, but to me it always looks better when you've got someone who's doing those 2 or 3 moves really well and have really good control and really good technique, really good lateral motion, than someone who's doing like 10 different moves and their technique is just very, like there is no lateral motion, it's just steps, you know? Anyone can do steps and moves, and a lot of classes at Nashville, they will teach you a bunch of steps, but they're not going to really go into depth about how to move during those steps. And that's why we're trying to give you a bit of both here. You're learning technique and you're learning moves. Both are important.
Yeah, she's right. I'd rather dance with somebody that does a good, solid 3 or 4 patterns. Dancers at the studio I was at, but there was like at one time there was like 50 instructors there, and about 46 of them were starving to death.
And you're one of those 46.
I was one of them, yeah. But I was kind of in and out, but I was focused mostly on the training. That's what I was focused on. And then I figured out, okay, I'll get out of this and I'll go find another living, but I'll always have the dancing. I can always do it as a hobby because I love it. It's in my blood, you know. So.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks.